Oh, you into fitness? Well, you came to the right place.
Alright guys, so on Instagram I've been posting pictures of like meals I've had and things I've been eating, and people have been saying like, oh, you need to make cooking videos, you need to make food videos. And so I'm not really like an expert on cooking. I'm really new to the whole preparing my own meals. So I went to the store earlier today, picked up some items, and I wanted to show y'all some things that I do to keep things easy as far as preparing my own meals. So let's get started. Alright, so first up, what I got some wheat bread. And back in the day when I was believing all the myths, all the hype about good carbs, bad carbs, carbs are bad for you, all that stuff, all I was eating was brown rice, wheat bread, and all that stuff, and I just got used to the taste. So I wouldn't say I prefer it to white bread, but I don't know, it's not that I dislike it anymore. So I just picked this up because it's got fiber in it, and I always want to make sure I'm getting enough fiber in my diet. So wheat bread, good carb source. Vanilla Almond Awake. This is Walmart's brand. It's like supposed to be rival to Special K, make something similar to this. And this stuff is great. This is when I discovered that I shouldn't be eating my cereal with milk. I should just weigh it out and like eat it with my yogurt or just eat it as a snack. It seems like it's a lot more filling. It goes a lot longer. It lasts me a lot longer. When I pour it in a bowl, I'm probably pouring about 3 to 4 servings in the bowl. I put some milk on it and I just devour it. That's it, it's gone. But when I eat it by itself, it's just a little snack and it just lasts me longer and it's more filling. And it tastes great with all the Chobani yogurt. You'll see that later. So, alright, so this hasn't changed much. Oatmeal has been my replacement for cereal. Like when I was a little kid, all I would eat was cereal for breakfast. I don't know why we never had oatmeal, but this stuff is great. And I would say I prefer it in the morning to cereal because it's warm, it's hot, A lot of people complain that this has a lot of sugar, but like I said, to me, carb is a carb. As long as I'm getting my micronutrients and I'm getting my fiber, then, if it's sugar in there, I don't care, whatever. I'm tracking it all, so it doesn't really matter. But this is a great flavor, it tastes really good, and it's pretty cheap, Walmart's brand. I get a lot of Walmart's brand stuff just because it's cheaper. But I'm sure I'm paying too much for something and y'all will let me know, so. Minute brown rice. I always hear people complain that brown rice takes forever to cook. I wouldn't know, but I'll take their word for it. And so, like I said, it's the same thing with me getting wheat bread. I know it's got a little bit more fiber than getting white rice, and I don't mind the taste so much, so this is what I grabbed. But this is like a emergency carb source. If I run out of my other carb sources and I need something to bring with me to work, then this is what I'll use. So, all right, next up I got Chobani Greek yogurt. This stuff is great. This is the 2% stuff. I'll show the 0% of, and this is great. This is a great protein source. This is a little bit of fat in this 2%. They have the 0% kind that doesn't have any fat at all, and this is just great. This is like a dessert for me, and like I said, I eat this with my cereal, and I feel like I have to have this almost every day. I'm addicted to this stuff. I think there's cheaper brands of Greek yogurt. I don't know how they taste, but it's just Chobani was the first one I ever tried, and I stuck with it. So steamers, and like these are just like good fillers on your plate. You know what I mean? I guess you gotta call it anything. It's a carb source, but vegetables don't really have a lot of calories in the first place. So I'll eat this whole, like it says it has 3 servings in here, and each serving is 45 calories. I'll just warm up the whole bag and eat the whole bag, because this is my favorite flavor right here, the roasted red potatoes. Well, this one has green beans too, but whatever. I like the roasted red potatoes, and yeah, I can just pick them up from Walmart. I'm not to the point where I'm gonna be making, broccoli and cheese myself, or potatoes myself. Actually, I've done the potatoes before, and it's not that hard, but it's a lot easier to just throw this in the microwave. So I'm sure one day, you know, I'll graduate to making this stuff myself and saving even more money, but this is where I am right now. For meat, I grabbed, this has been thawing out for a little while, grab pork. This is boneless chops, and like, usually I get this. I have some chicken breast in the freezer. The chicken breast is a little bit more lean, but this isn't really bad at all. This has 4.5 grams of fat per serving, and every serving is 4 ounces. So like I said, all this stuff that you see that I've mentioned before doesn't really have a lot of fat in it. And most days I'm trying to catch up on fat. So I have peanut butter at my desk at work, and I have another thing of peanut butter here at home, because I know that, you know, at the end of the day, that's the one macronutrient that I tend to not hit enough. And so when I do get it, I'm usually saving it for, like I said, desserts, things I'm treating myself to, or meat that has a little bit more fat in it. Some great value chocolate chunk granola bars, another carb source. And this is just something to snack on while I'm at work. It's only 90 calories. These bars are kind of thin. That's this is probably the only thing, like, you know, with the cereal, the Walmart brand cereal, that's, you know, it's pretty much comparable to the regular cereal. But in the oatmeal, same thing, it's just as good as Quaker's. But granola bars, like Special K, Quaker, all those other, I feel like they taste better. These are just, you can tell like this is an imitation of it, but it's still sweet enough to like satisfy the craving for me. So, and like I said, it's only 90 calories. And yeah, there's just more steamers, more cereal in here. That's it, guys. If you want more video, you can't get more videos like this, because that's really all I get besides from chicken. Once I start graduating to making more complicated recipes, I'll come out with more videos as far as what I'm picking up from the store. But for now, you got an idea of how I'm saving money and not going to Subway all the time. So I gotta thank the entourage for that, for, you know, letting me know that I was wasting so much money on that. And that's it. So as always, I hope this was helpful. Be sure to like the Facebook fan page, follow me on Twitter, definitely follow me on Instagram, like, comment, share, subscribe. Stay tuned.
Bitch, you wasn't with me lifting in the gym.